Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's event. We're delighted that you're here with us. My name is Guy Heston, and I serve as the president of the Long Beach City College Foundation Board of Governors. I know that all of you join me in saluting this year's inductees, Michelle Dobson, Ann Amy, Jerry Green, Jim Ostach, and Brian Russell. And we thank and salute them for serving as role models and for their continued excellence. Now, it is my great pleasure to introduce Long Beach City College's Associated Student Body President, Javier Salcido, who will provide us with some inspirational thoughts.
As we gather here this evening to celebrate the LBCC Alumni Hall of Fame, we are very mindful of opportunities to render our services to fellow citizens and to continue our and to our community, keeping in mind always the enduring values of life, exerting our efforts in those areas and on those things upon which future generations can build with confidence. Let us continue to strive to make a better world. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Mary Crane, and I have the honor of serving as the chair of the Long Beach City College Foundation Hall of Fame Planning Committee for 2017. On behalf of the Board of Governors for the Long Beach City College Foundation, I would like to thank you for attending tonight's event. The LBCC Foundation is committed to providing scholarships and support for students today and in the future. I would like to ask all the foundation governors to please rise and be recognized for your dedication to the college. I would like to thank my fellow committee members and foundation board members also, Marcel Epley, Rosie Pedersen, Robin Gordon Peterson, and Judy Ross. I would also like to thank committee members John Downey, Liz McCann, and in particular, event coordinator Nancy Yoho for her exceptional dedication to see that tonight's event is a huge success. Thank you, Nancy. A special thank you goes to our media team of Dario De Santiago, Fred Ross-Monek, Jerome Thomas, and Cece Sadler. They're around the room working. We would especially like to thank our wine sponsors, excuse me, I'm having trouble with the glasses in the book. Ernie Henson and Christine Tosh, owners of Wilmore Wine Bar, for providing and donating the wine for tonight's dinner. Yeah. So, enjoy your dinner and the video of our past Hall of Fame inductees.
Good evening. I hope you've enjoyed your dinner. We are going to get started with the program. My name is Robin Gordon Peterson, and I am a member of the Alumni Hall of Fame Planning Committee and the Long Beach City College Board of Governors. Since 1972, 167 alumni have been inducted into the Long Beach City College Alumni Hall of Fame. I am pleased to introduce those in attendance who have had this honor bestowed upon them in years past. Will you please stand as I call your name, and then I'm going to ask that you remain standing. I'm also going to ask the audience to hold your applause until the end. Mary Alice Braley, 2005. Lori Brault, 2012. Jim Cora, 2012. Dr. Tom Clark, 1976. Don Cochran, 2014. Maria Cochran, 2014. Lucy Daggett, 2003. Diane DeWalshay, 1996. Frank Gaspar, 2011. Peter Gravitt, 2013. Janice Krantz, 2016. Jeff Kellogg, 2000. Jeffrey Naper, 2008. Dr. Beverly O'Neill, 1976. Doug Otto, 2009. Philip Schrottman, 2016. Judith Vanderlands, 2001. Dr. Diane Van Hook, 1997. Thank you so very much for attending the Alumni Hall of Fame. And thank you for joining us for this evening. Marcel.
Good evening. I'm Marcelle Epley, and I'm a member of the Hall of Fame Planning Committee and the LBCC Foundation Board of Governors. Our elected officials have provided congratulatory proclamations and certificates for our honorees. I want to collectively thank these individuals for honoring our inductees. I'd also like to take a moment to recognize some special guests who have taken the time to join us tonight. Please stand and be recognized, and again, please hold your applause until all have been introduced. City of Lakewood Councilmember Jeff Wood, City Auditor, City of Long Beach, Laura Dowd, President, Long Beach City College Board of Trustees, Jeff Kellogg, Vice President, Long Beach City College District Board of Trustees, Sunny Zia, Member, Long Beach City College District Board of Trustees, Dr. Virginia Baxter, Member, Long Beach City College Board of Trustees, Vivian Malaulu, Member, Long Beach City College Board of Trustees, Doug Otto. Former Long Beach Mayor and Superintendent Emerita of Long Beach City College, Dr. Beverly O'Neill. Former current Chancellor, Santa Clarita Community College District and President, College of the Canyons, Dr. Diane Van Hook. LBCC Vice President of Administrative Services, Marianne Gable. LBCC Acting Vice President, Student Support Services, Dr. Kim McGinnis. LBCC Interim Vice President, Academic Affairs, Dr. Kathleen Scott. Thank you for joining us and all that you do to support Long Beach City College.
Good evening. Thank you so much for joining us tonight to celebrate Long Beach City College's outstanding alumni. I'm Liz McCann, and I'm Executive Director of the Long Beach City College Foundation. This evening, 5 former LBCC students are joining an elite group of Alumni Hall of Fame members. In order to be considered for the Alumni Hall of Fame, Nominees must meet highly selective criteria. Each of our inductees has a proven record of achievement in their career field, has demonstrated service to our community, has gained local, state, or even national recognition, and has a continued and long-lasting relationship with our college. I join everyone here in congratulating our newest members of the Alumni Hall of Fame. I now have the great pleasure of introducing our new Superintendent President, Dr. Reagan Romali, LBCC's 10th President. Prior to her appointment as Superintendent President of Long Beach City College, Reagan served as president of Harry S. Truman College in Chicago. Reagan has also served in various leadership roles in California community colleges. Prior to her role as president of Truman College, Dr. Romali was tapped by the Houston Community Colleges to lead the opening of 2 community colleges in the Middle Eastern country of Qatar. She also has served as an adjunct instructor at Southwestern Community College and National University. She holds a PhD in education from Walden University, an MBA from the University of San Diego, and a BA in English from Rutgers University. Reagan, I am so pleased to turn the program over to you, and we could not be more thrilled to have you here as our Superintendent President.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Liz. It's always so rewarding to have student involvement in our programs. Don't you agree? Wonderful. The student body's attendance and support at this evening's lovely event is a perfect example of how our ASB cabinet recognizes and affirms the goals of the college. Your contributions are appreciated by all. Would all the students, including the members of the fall ASB cabinet, presidents, ambassadors, and other student leadership groups, please stand to be recognized. Thank you. The Alumni Hall of Fame induction ceremony is a very special and important activity for Long Beach City College. Not only are we able to recognize and honor outstanding achievement in our alumni, but the evening serves as a reminder of how the institution has prepared students for success. We're also reminded that the students who are attending Long Beach City College today will at some point be future inductees. So I challenge you to think about how you will make your dreams come true and the legacy of Long Beach City College. What will always bind the great history and the future of this college together are the thousands of students who've walked the hallways of our campuses, students who've been educated by our excellent faculty. They've prepared themselves in classrooms, labs, production halls, facilities that have needed to change with the times in order to make educational experience current and relevant in today's economy. This combination of faculty, staff, and students result in individuals who are going to significantly contribute to our society. And from the larger group of students that have attended Long Beach City College, a select few, an elite few, become members of our Alumni Hall of Fame and serve as important examples of the power of what education can do. They've not only become leaders in their chosen fields, but they've also become important role models for our current students, so thank you so much. We are going to begin to show videos tonight, and we're going to begin each induction with a preview video, after which each honoree will step to the podium and make brief remarks. Okay.
Our first Hall of Fame nominee, Michelle Dobson, puts a friendly face on the legal profession and is living proof that altruism can be fun. Michelle has a tremendous amount of energy, which she focuses into social justice and community involvement. She loves children and feels all kids deserve sports, education, culture, and all the opportunities they need to succeed. Her law office covers the following areas: Her work is cyclical, and currently Michelle has completed a cycle of defending small business owners and nonprofits from scammers and nuisance lawsuits under the guise of false stress claims, untrue sexual harassment, and drive-by ADA compliance issues. She protects employers from all types of frivolous lawsuits and saves businesses from ruin as a result of divorce. She favors collaborative divorces and a progressive dissolution model which may include accountants, mediators, and psychotherapists. Growing up on the west side of Long Beach, Michelle was active in all sorts of physical activities and loved to read. Her parents taught her the value of learning and participating in social activities. She learned to swim and play tennis in the Silverado Park summer programs. Michelle wanted to be a lawyer at age 6. She attended John Muir Elementary, Stevens Junior High, and because there was no high school on the west side, was bused to Poly, where she was a Polyette cheerleader and extremely active on campus. She graduated in 1985, very happy with her life. Michelle is a working class hero. She worked to pay for high school, college, and law school expenses. Michelle's jobs during undergrad included working at Safeway as a checker, Gibraltar Bank, and Buffum's shoe department. Michelle originally wanted to attend law school in Louisiana, but was unable due to her father's sudden illness. She stayed home to help take care of him, but did not give up on her dream. She was granted late admission to the freshman class at Western State University. She soon caught up and led her class at graduation. Prior to receiving her law degree, Michelle received the Thurgood Marshall Civil Rights Scholarship and also helped pay for law school by working as a substitute teacher and by writing legal briefs in a local law office. In preparation for her professional career, she worked as a law clerk or project attorney in various agencies, many serving the poor and disadvantaged. After becoming an attorney, she worked for the California legislature as a public defender and as a corporate medical malpractice defense attorney, before opening her own law firm in 2006. Currently, Michelle finds time to be involved with a number of philanthropic organizations, including friend and nominator Marcel Epley describes Michelle as a single mom with an unbelievable work ethic, who is a natural giver and nurturer. Her incredible organizational ability helps her to successfully juggle family, community service, and philanthropic activities. She also encourages her children to participate in many of her events. As a member of Rotary, Michelle can't help but bump into Brian Russell and Ginny Baxter. With Steel Magnolias, its fellow Hall of Famers Janice Krantz, Ann Amy, Mary Alice Brawley, and Lucy Daggett. Michelle can be seen impersonating Aretha Franklin. And of course, her colleagues on the LBCC Board of Governors join her every so often for breakfast or other events on campus. As you can see by her achievement wall, Michelle started receiving awards while still in law school and has added many other honors from a grateful community. Michelle is raising 2 children, Mira 9 and Dante 13. Her children have the same energy and enthusiasm for life as Michelle. Mira likes music, all forms of physical expression, and many types of social activities. Dante prefers football, soccer, is fluent in Spanish, and is learning to fly. He also plays piano and trumpet in a local youth band, the Jazz Angels. The family also loves to ski and travel. For her deep commitment to social justice, her outstanding legal career, and for her numerous humanitarian activities, President Superintendent Reagan Romali and the LBCCD Board of Trustees proudly induct Michelle Dobson to the 2017 LBCC Hall of Fame.
Thank you very much. Thank you. We don't get to see that video until this moment, so I'm really I'm winded by those childhood photos. So first, I want to thank the dinner committee and all the people involved in putting this event together. I'm so appreciative. And I'd like to thank my fellow honorees for all the things that we've done. It's been very nice to get to know all of you, and it's a pleasure to share tonight with you. I'm grateful for the partnership between Long Beach City College and Cal State Long Beach. I got my degree from Cal State Long Beach, but I paid for school myself, so I would not have been able to do it without the partnership with Long Beach City College, where we can transfer our general education classes from here to Cal State Long Beach, and it brings down the cost of your education. I'm very excited to talk about that partnership because our family was in that soft spot where my parents owned their home, had equity in their home, but couldn't afford to take the equity out to send me to college because then they wouldn't be able to afford their mortgage. So various jobs and a wonderful Long Beach community helped me to put together this partnership by taking classes at Cal State Long Beach in fall and spring, and then going to City in summer and winter to get my education. And there's a lot of students in that spot, and I want to encourage all of you tonight, please remember those students in that spot where their parents might own their home but can't afford to use the home to send their kid to college. What I did could not be accomplished today with the cost of a college education, and I really hope that we can do something about that because I am an example of someone who would not be here. I would not have had my degree in political science. I wouldn't have been able to get my law school degree, but for the partnership between Cal State Long Beach and Long Beach City College, and I'm very grateful, very, very grateful. Thank you.
So on behalf of our students, the Long Beach City College Board of Trustees, the administration, faculty, staff, associated student body, and the Long Beach City College Alumni Association, it gives me great pleasure as president of the board to induct you into the Long Beach City College Alumni Hall of Fame.
Our next Hall of Fame nominee was born Carol Ann Peachin and moved at age 3 with her parents and brother Chuck into their new home in Lakewood on the same day as all the other new Lakewood home buyers. As a toddler, Ann was very pigeon-toed, so the doctor recommended that she wear her shoes on the opposite feet and start tap dancing lessons. She danced into our Child Study Center at the age of 3, which set her on the path to success and a long relationship with LBCC. Ann was always a ball of energy and loved music, dancing, drawing, painting, reading, school, sports, and socializing. When she was 8, she started classical piano, which she took for 11 years. While at Riley Elementary, she was involved in Brownies, Girl Scouts, swimming, church youth group, and sports teams at Bolivar Park. And she loved playing with the tons of kids on her block. While at Hoover Junior High, she participated in Glee Club, Student Council, and was crowned Lady McTavish for outstanding deportment and grooming. At Lakewood High, she joined the drill team, social and welfare clubs, and was the teen rep to the March of Dimes. In her senior year, Ann was a song girl, a Homecoming Queen finalist, and Miss Congeniality in the Lakewood Pan American Festival. Ann was a good student overall, except for math. Her left brain was activated by John Lenhart, who tutored her into an A in algebra and geometry. Ann loved being a pre-dental major at LBCC. She had mastered her left brain, so all-nighters, a fetal pig, organic chemistry, and the slide rule became her norm. Ann was a song girl and a member of Entre Nous Social Service Club and loved performing in Spring Sing. She also worked part-time at Bullock's and the Prince of Wales Fish and Chip store. and was a member of the LACC UCLA inaugural dental hygienist class, where she met Bob Amy. He literally swept her off her feet. They married 10 months later and worked side by side, growing their dental office and their 3 sons, Christian, Patrick, and Todd. 2 became dentists, and one of them married a dental hygienist. They worked together locally at Amy Dental Care. As a mom volunteer, Anne was sometimes in 3 different PTAs at once. At Rogers Middle School, she was president of the PTA, helped start the jazz band, and played keyboard. She and Bob spent years in Little League with their boys. They both coached soccer and traveled to Holland, France, and England for tournaments. Anne even played on a ladies' team. She also played piano for the church and elementary school musicals, and helped with costuming and painting scenery at several of the schools. As the older boys left for college, Anne took a class in painting at Otis Parsons and became hooked. She painted everything in sight in her home and then friends' homes. She then started a decorative painting business and painted all over the LA area while still working as a hygienist part-time. After a few years, Anne retired from the decorative paint business and volunteered to design and paint murals for schools and churches. The largest project was working with 85 church volunteers for Bayshore Community Church, which included large oil paintings and an altarpiece. They covered the fire-damaged chapel with oil painting, marbling, stenciling, and illuminating. The room is now used for community and church activities. In 2000, Anne went through the Leadership Long Beach program, which changed her perception of herself as a leader. She served on their advisory board, was Alumnus of the Year, and now serves on their honorary board. Anne was recognized as a founder's honoree of Steel Magnolias. You might see other Hall of Famers like Janice Krantz and Mary Alice Brawley here. Anne wrote, directed, and staged musicals starring community leaders for fundraisers for Steel Magnolias, and impersonated Dolly Parton as MC. She was joined by Hall of Famers Lucy Daggett and Michelle Dobson. The proceeds went to the Stramsky Children's Developmental Center. Anne has also served in many positions on the Literary Women Festival Board. She has been on the LBCC Foundation Board for 13 years as Vice President Scholarship Chair and Strategic Planning Chair during the Gateway to Greatness fundraising campaign. Anne has 3 fabulous daughters-in-law and 6 amazing grandkids. She confesses to dragging them into more projects than you can imagine. Anne feels blessed to have such a fabulous support team. For sharing her creative gifts with others, and for her distinguished career in service to the Long Beach community, Superintendent President Reagan Romali and the LBCCD Board of Trustees proudly induct Anne Amy into the 2017 LBCC Hall of Fame.
Thank you so much. This is such a surreal experience. All of those of you who have done this before know what I'm talking about. I want to say thank you so much to the Long Beach City College Board and to everyone who put me up here at this time. I also want to thank all the wonderful people who had a hand in producing this wonderful evening here. There's Cece Sadler sitting right over here, and she's been working so hard. And then Fred Rosmanic and Jerome did a wonderful job on the videos, all these videos that they did. And they're so devoted to these things that it's a labor of love, but they work and work. And then there's Mary Crane and her wonderful group who were the committee that put this on. And thank you so, so much to all of them. And let's not forget Sophia Riley and her fabulous TGIS catering that did the food for you tonight. Wasn't that wonderful? Really good. You are the people who make Long Beach go. You are the people, though you had maybe 4 other meetings this week, chose to come here and support Long Beach City College and the other inductees and me, and I appreciate it so much. And you people are what makes me
think this is the best community in the whole world to live, and I get inspiration from all of you, all my friends, my family, all of you who are volunteering all over town. We don't get to choose who we're born to, and I hit the jackpot. I had the most wonderful, loving, supportive parents, and not everybody gets that, but I did, and I had a wonderful childhood, and I fully believe they set me on the right path to be a volunteer and a leader. I did get to choose my husband, though, and I did a bang-up job. I hit the jackpot there, too. And together with him, we had the 3 most wonderful sons, and then they, in turn, brought in the 3 most wonderful daughter-in-laws and the 6 wonderful grandchildren, and they're always supporting me. Well, we all support each other, but I feel like I have drugged them into far more things than I support them. Anyway, I thank them, and I would not be able to do half the things I do without them. I was so lucky to get such a nurturing start at Long Beach City College, both in the preschool and when I came here for community college. It has always felt like home to me. It's so nurturing. And when I came back on the board here, it still felt the same. It feels so nurturing and wonderful. And I had a lot of fun here as well. But I want for everyone to have that opportunity, and by all of you being here, we together are helping to fund scholarships for people who might not be able to afford it. And there's no reason that anyone who is earnest about getting an education, be it a 4-year degree or a trade, there's no reason they can't succeed here. They've got the financial support, the educational support, and the emotional support. And I am just so thankful that I got to go here, and we are all so lucky to have this gem, the gem of the California Community College system, right here in our community. So thank you all for coming out tonight and for supporting Long Beach City College.
On behalf of the Long Beach City College and the student body,
That's beautiful.
thank you very much, Anne.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Wow, that's heavy. Thank you.
And on behalf of our students, the Long Beach City College Board of Trustees, our administration, faculty, staff, associated student body, and the Long Beach City College Alumni Association, it gives me great pleasure as President of the Board of Trustees to induct you into the Long Beach City College Alumni Hall of Fame. What do you want?
Our next Hall of Fame nominee, Jerry Green, began his happy childhood in Nebraska and enjoyed an even happier one after age 2 in sunny Long Beach. Jerry started career exploration early. He really liked cars. He was a risk taker and probably could have been a stuntman or a gunslinger. He ran away to join the Navy, but they sent him back because he couldn't read or write. He loved being in a uniform and decided to join his uncle in the Army, but they brought him back as well. Eventually, Jerry joined the Boy Scouts because the uniform looked really cool. It was easy to see that he looked quite dapper dressed up, especially in a suit. He could have been a male model. His interests even led him into music. Professional baseball might have worked too. He had the game face. Jerry's potential careers even included transportation and landscaping. Jerry grew up on the west side of Long Beach and attended Garfield Elementary and Stevens Junior High. He worked a lot of jobs and learned what he didn't want to do by the time he was 18. His early jobs gave him his first bank account, so when he graduated from Poly High in 1957, he bought his first stock, 1 share of Greyhound Bus Company. By now, Jerry knew he wanted to be an accountant like his dad. Jerry's pathway got a little more difficult after he got married and had 3 children. He spent 8 years working full-time days and continuing his education at night. Jerry earned an AA from LBCC, graduated from Cal State Long Beach with a BS in accounting, and then became a CPA. He got his first accounting job while still attending college. He transitioned into a large LA firm, which is now Price Waterhouse Coopers. Jerry then worked his way into senior financial management positions with St. Joseph's Hospital and Cedars-Sinai. Jerry and future partner Alan Fulmer met when they were on opposite sides of the negotiating table. Alan's entrepreneurial spirit and sales experience, plus Jerry's financial management skills, made an ideal partnership. They recognized that the new and promising peritoneal dialysis was being underutilized, despite being preferred by many physicians. To help doctors stay focused on patient care, they created a clinical model that allowed physicians to maximize medical care while business experts kept the clinic on sound financial footing. Based on this, Alan and Jerry founded Innovative Dialysis Systems, IDS, in 1984. Alan and Jerry established a network of independent, individually owned and controlled dialysis centers rather than a single large company. Their unique approach worked so well that IDS grew substantially over 23 years strictly by word of mouth and referrals from physicians and patients. Their company was so innovative that they placed second in the 2002 Entrepreneur of the Year nominations, coming in second to fellow Hall of Famers from Molina Healthcare, who also had an innovative idea that year. With over $100 million in annual revenues, 800 employees, and 40 dialysis centers, the partners sold IDS in 2007 to Ambulatory Service of America, where Jerry still serves on the board of directors. Jerry and the love of his life, wife Jean, live in Long Beach. Jean also attended Long Beach City College. Jean's uncle Harry owned a fish and chip restaurant, the Prince of Wales, where Hall of Famer Ann Amy worked while attending LBCC. Financial success hasn't changed Jerry very much. He still throws great parties, and just like when he was younger, doesn't mind providing the refreshments. He does a lot with his large family and friends. He took 65 of them on a cruise to celebrate his 65th birthday. He recently took 32 family members to a dude ranch in Wyoming. The Greens enjoy traveling, especially to Europe, Lake Arrowhead, and Puerto Vallarta. Jerry still likes to fish, and he's also still a risk taker, and can be seen on the track or flying in the air. This particular flying incident didn't end so well. But it's not all parties and travel for the Greens. Their life also includes a number of charitable and philanthropic activities, including the LBCC Foundation and Pathways to Independence, an organization that raised $500,000 for counseling, housing, tuition, and much more to empower disadvantaged women, improving their lives through education. Another charity, Kids Day at the Beach, provides family outings to Marine Stadium for disabled children, which includes refreshments, ski boat rides, feet in the water, and games. For his exceptional service to the Long Beach community and his contribution to the medical field as an innovative entrepreneur, Superintendent President Reagan Romali and the LBCCD Board of Trustees proudly induct Jerry Green to the 2017 LBCC Hall of Fame.
I'm not sure what to say after that. It's a very humbling experience to be here and I feel I'm only here because of a lot of other people who contributed to my accomplishments. Not long ago, I received a letter, and the letter said, "Please hold your comments to 2 minutes." And then about a week ago, I got a telephone call, reminded me about the letter. "Please hold your comments to 2 minutes." So with that in mind, I prepared the following short speech. Thank you. And then I thought maybe that was a little bit too short. So I revised my speech to the following. Thank you very much. I thought maybe that was going to be way too short, and so I thought I'd make it a little bit longer, but I wanted to stay with the theme of thank you. But if I tried to thank everybody by name, I was going to be way over 2 minutes. And I knew that I would forget somebody, and that would be a horrible experience. So I came up with the following. I would like to thank Long Beach City College, the foundation, faculty, staff, and employees. I want to thank everyone who helped, taught, and supported me in my endeavors. I'd like to thank my parents, my teachers, my colleagues, and my partners for all their help and guidance. I'd like to thank my family for always being there for me. And I'd like to ask their forgiveness for the times I thought I was too busy to be there for them. And most of all, I would like to thank my wife, Jean. For her unwavering love and devotion, for her help, support, guidance, and advice, and being by my side here tonight. Thank you.
Jerry, on behalf of our students, the Long Beach City College Board of Trustees, our administration, faculty, staff, associated student body, and the Long Beach City College Alumni Association, it gives me great pleasure as President of the Board of Trustees to induct you into the Long Beach City College Alumni Hall of Fame. Hold on. Slide.
Our next Hall of Fame nominee, Jim Ostak, was literally born into the Navy. Well, Navy housing, at least. He attended Carver and Cubberley Elementary Schools and DeMille Junior High, and notes his major achievement was overcoming dyslexia. Jim worked in his stepdad's dry cleaning business and operated a 30-customer lawn mowing service, all the while maintaining a grueling swimming and water polo schedule. Jim's love affair with the water and ongoing love for Catalina is reflected in his island and nautical-themed Belmont Shore home. It is a repository for family memories, dreams, and past activities, including Jim's early dream of becoming a Presbyterian church youth minister. His career as an LBCC instructor came very close. Jim worked summers with his older siblings, John and Carol, on the Catalina Island Isthmus, working his way up from busboy, general maintenance worker, lifeguard, and finally to swim instructor. Pictures on his wall show the development of Jim's sense of responsibility for other people's lives, his incredible work ethic, and his love for Long Beach, which are values that have carried him throughout his life. After graduation from Millikan High School in 1964, Jim attended Long Beach City College. He recalls English teacher Dr. George Booth, a crusty, tough ex-Marine, soldier scholar who was spectacular in the classroom and a wonderful role model. Jim also felt he had a stellar group of instructors in the sciences. His B in anatomy and his physiology from Dr. Barbara Kalbus was what he considers his crowning achievement at LBCC. Later, while in the Navy, he wrote many of them to thank them for their teaching excellence. Jim received his AA in January of 1967, partied in Mexico, and entered the Navy in the summer absolutely broke. He completed basic training in San Diego, but had to wait 8 months to start SEAL training. So, he volunteered to work in Seattle on a tugboat and loved the excitement of towing ships, fighting fires, water rescues, and other high-action activities. Jim graduated from SEAL training as one of 11 to survive a 96-member original class. His active duty employments included Southeast Asia, the Middle East, Africa, Korea, and the Philippines. He worked his way up from enlisted man to captain, and feels very grateful that this was the first of 2 completely different and successful careers. Jim was deployed between 1967 and 1972 in Vietnam, where he was wounded twice. He traded his Catalina shack for a hut reinforced by sandbags with an escape hatch into the river. After Nam, he resumed his studies at Cal State University, Long Beach, graduating in 1974 with a master's in communication studies. Jim and his closely knit family all went to LBCC. Even Jim's father took radio TV repair courses at PCC. Jim's mother, Martha Dorr, was secretary to 3 superintendent presidents, Wiley Garner, Frank Pierce, and John McEwen. Jim's LBCC career started in 1976 when Hall of Famer Phil Schrottman hired him for the Work Experience program. A few years later, Jim started as a speech communication instructor where he always taught in his trademark Hawaiian shirts. Colleagues and fellow pranksters Dick Carroll and Greg Florence swear he has a death wish, and as evidence point to his running with the bulls in Pamplona, diving with sharks in Belize, performing high-altitude parachute jumps, and volunteering to be the faculty union grievance chair. At LBCC, when he received the Outstanding Colleague Award with his usual sense of humor, he brought halos for his fellow recipients. Community service has always been a large part of Jim's spiritual path. Part of his legacy to Long Beach is the Lone Sailor Memorial on Ocean Boulevard. He produced a video with LBCC Media that helped raise the majority of funds for the statue. Jim has been the recipient of numerous awards, including the 2014 Pathways Hospice Volunteer of the Year. In addition to volunteering at the VA, Jim serves meals to the homeless, while his partner, Trevino the Lab, works across the street as the official pet for the kids living at the women's shelter. He and Trevino also help train trainers of dogs for the blind. Jim trains the humans, while Trevino models correct behavior to the puppies in training. Timo Stack is quite popular in his neighborhood and has been featured in the local newspaper. Most people believe that once you prove yourself as a Navy SEAL, you no longer have to prove yourself again. But Jim is not only the ultimate warrior scholar, but also the ultimate college professor who really cares for his students, co-workers, and the entire college. He has continued serving after retirement as a super volunteer and humanitarian in the community, and this is why Superintendent President Reagan Romali and the Long Beach Community College District Board of Trustees proudly induct Jim Ostack to the 2017 Long Beach City College Hall of Fame.
Finding myself the subject of that video reminds me of the story about Walt Hazzard, the NBA Hall of Famer, when he retired from the New York Knicks. Sorry. A few years after he retired from the NBA, a reporter said, "So, Walt, what have you learned in the after years?" And Walt said, "You know what I've learned? I've learned that the older I get, the better I used to be." Where is Nancy Yoho? Where is she? Nancy, if the other people have called you as many times as I have to change the information, you must be really grateful that this evening is over. You will forgive me for not making the de rigueur statement of humility, because when I used to ask my Navy buddies to preview my speeches, they'd always look through the pages and they'd come back and they'd say, "Captain, drop the part about being humble, okay?" And I'd say, "Why?" And they'd always say, "Because you were never that great anyway." A very few of you may remember my mother, Martha Dorr. She started her 35 years here as a part-time night clerk at the West Adult Ed Center, and she retired as the confidential secretary to the president superintendent. And I dedicate this evening to her. I am indebted to my beloved colleagues in the Communication Studies Department, and I want each of you to know that you have your own chamber in my heart with your initials on it. And I want to thank my irrepressible, profane, rambunctious students who, through journaling and role-playing scenarios in the classrooms and afternoons in my office with feet on my desk and Tootsie Roll Pops, gifted me with access to their inner lives. As a happy retiree, or as I self-describe myself, a man of exaggerated leisure, I am privileged to expend time as a community servant. The author, social observer, Carolyn Myers, calls us to commit to the invisible, ineffable power of serving others. And I embrace that power as my path to spiritual light in the firmament. I like to manifest Martin Luther's credo: if I rest, I rust. This evening's event transpires on the 25,973rd day of my life. Consider that statement for a moment, and are you ready for the pyrotech? Lois, that was a little soon, okay? Let me start the sentence again for those who can't follow, okay? This event transpires on the 25,973rd day of my life. So now, are you ready for the pyrotechnics? I would like you to direct your attention to the 3 tables right here in the center of the room. My tables, ready? 1, 2, 3, pull. There you go. A sincere grazie molto to the selection committee. It is a singular honor to assume residence in the hall. And the only other time I remember being so impressed with myself is when I was immortalized because my picture has been hung in the billiards room at JoJo's. I was absolutely sure I had recognized some of you. Yeah. To those future honorees who I now precede, may I respectfully offer a dash of willful advice from Facebook's Mark Zuckerberg and from Apple's Steve Jobs, respectively. For those of you that are going to take my place someday, break something and put a dent in the universe. Ladies and gentlemen, from a very deep chamber within me, I thank you. Not there yet. So, sir, on behalf of our students, the Long Beach City College Board of Trustees, our administration, faculty, staff, associated student body, and the Long Beach City College Alumni Association, it gives me great pleasure, President of the Board, to induct you into the Long Beach City College Alumni Hall of Fame. Oh, I got it. I know how to do these things.
Our final nominee is Brian Russell, whose family moved to Long Beach from Rolling Hills when Brian was 3. His mom had a PhD in virology, taught at CSULB, and worked for the World Health Organization's Global Outbreak Section. His father was a professional publicity photographer for Universal and MGM Studios and a student of Ansel Adams. Brian attended Tincher Elementary and Hill Junior High. Growing up, he kept busy with a number of part-time jobs, and his childhood hobbies included skeet and trap shooting, snorkeling, scuba diving, woodworking, and sailing. He was such a regular on the bay, he was able to run a tab at Woody's Goodies. He also enjoyed YMCA Camp Fox on Catalina Island. It was there he met his future wife, Anna Bahar. Anna was Brian's high school sweetheart. They both attended Wilson High. After graduating in 1979, Brian felt directionless, so he took a break from school, worked in retail, modeling, and traveling. When his father finally convinced him to give up the crazy life and go back to school, Brian attended LBCC with Anna from 1982 to 1984. While he was here, Brian found a sense of focus and purpose in a number of student body activities, including as ASB president in 1983. He also held other ASB cabinet posts and sat in on the Board of Trustees meetings as student trustee. As a member of the speech team, Brian got to know Greg Florence and worked with Jim Ostak through the service club Thane. Brian loved his time at LBCC. He took mostly real estate and business courses and fondly remembers Russ Arslan, whose reality-based classes were very valuable. He also learned essential service skills and concepts by being involved in all areas of the college. This gave him access to high-integrity mentors such as Beverly O'Neill and John Philpott, who are still a part of his life. To this day, he still appreciates being taught conflict resolution by Beverly O'Neill. Brian might be one of the few who still knows and uses Robert's Rules of Order. For his dedication and service to LBCC, Brian received the Viking Award. He has since received the Distinguished Alumnus Award and the Alumnus of the Decade for the 1980s at LBCC's 85th anniversary celebration. Brian is extremely grateful to LBCC for the skills and experiences his instructors and mentors provided. He credits LBCC for preparing him extremely well for his life and career. Learning to work effectively with individuals so deeply dedicated to service paved the way for his future community-based philanthropic activities. Brian's attitude of gratitude has helped him to seamlessly integrate into the group of dedicated individuals in Long Beach who quietly improve the lives of citizens in the community. Brian realizes the value of being with these very special people, including many Hall of Famers such as Judy Seal, in activities that change society. You may notice some more Hall of Famers here, such as Maria and Don Cochran. Brian has been known to hobnob with bigwigs, but it's the little wigs that matter most to him. In Rotary, he's able to help support special projects such as Jazz Angels with Michelle Dobson and reading programs for children. Brian has had a stellar career. He's known for providing outstanding commercial real estate brokerage services for his clients. Brian is also a member of a number of professional associations. Brian has been involved with the Boy Scouts for many years. He was Scoutmaster for Troop 126, earned the Silver Beaver Award, the District Award of Merit, and is a James E. West Fellow. For his Rotary and Scouting service, Brian was recognized with the Cliff Docterman Award. Brian is extremely grateful he married his high school sweetheart. When not at work or volunteering, Brian enjoys time with Anna and their 2 sons, Aaron, who attended LBCC, and Noah, who currently loves his time in the LBCC radio TV program with Emmy Award-winning television producer Bob Hirsch. The Russell family loves to travel and go camping, especially in Yosemite. They are also avid scuba divers. For his tireless dedication to serving the Long Beach community, his career as an outstanding real estate professional, and for his numerous humanitarian activities, Superintendent President Reagan Romali and the LBCCD Board of Trustees proudly induct Brian Russell to the 2017 Hall of Fame.
Wow. Gonna have myself a moment here. Good, thanks, Jack, good. Jim, loved the JoJo's reference. Right there with you. What a great room. Good evening, everyone. I'm truly honored, humbled, and thrilled to be inducted in Long Beach City College Hall of Fame this evening with such a distinguished group of fellow inductees. As I look around the room, I see a marvelous group of friends, colleagues, and former classmates assembled this evening, and this makes me very happy. YMCA, Long Beach Day and Nursery, Boy Scouts, it just goes on and on. It's a wonderful evening. Looking back at my time in high school, if there is a vote, or perhaps a notation in a yearbook, I would have definitely qualified to be the least likely to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. And so this comes as not only as an honor, but a true surprise. In case you doubt me, there's a few Wilson Bruins here in the evening tonight that will back me up on that. I frequently look back at my time at LBCC as a turning point in my young adult life. I received a great education, both inside and outside the classroom, as a participant in the student government program, associated student body. I also learned how to lead effectively, resolve conflicts ethically, write an agenda, and analyze a budget, just to name a few. This knowledge and skill that I gained at Long Beach City College I use every day. And my time here as Associate Student Body President and Student Trustee planted the seed of desire to give back to the community, but more importantly, to weave community service into my life. There are so many lessons learned here at Long Beach City College that shaped me. When I first ran for ASB President in the fall of '82 for the spring of '83, I was defeated in that race. In fact, what pretty good would describe it? Sitting in the quad that day after the vote count, feeling a little sorry for myself, Beverly O'Neill came by to say hi. She sat down next to me and congratulated me for a hard-fought race. Seeing that I was just a little bluesy, she said something to the effect of, "You know, Brian, people lose competitions every day. That's not news. What I want to know is, what's your next move?" Took me a little bit by surprise, to be honest, but it was very effective. She went on to say that the ideas and issues I felt passionately about would still be there the next semester. Oh, was she right? She encouraged me to get back in there and run again and leverage the good work that my supporters and I accomplished to win next time. Who can argue with that logic? Luckily, I didn't. In fact, it was the best advice I could have heard. I ran again next semester and won the second time around. Thank you, Beverly, for caring for me and encouraging me all these years. I love you like a mom, and you continue to be an important mentor to me. Thank you. In closing, there are so many people here this evening and important in my LBCC life that I'd love to thank, but I too got that phone call about the 2 minutes. She was a lady that announced the official government official on Emmy. But I have to thank, in addition to Beverly, I must thank John Philpott, John was my student body advisor, my faculty advisor when I was student body president. God bless John. Every cockamamie scheme or idea I came up with, I ran into his office, had to say, and some of them would go, hey, that's a good, we got a student resource board was one, that was a good idea. And some of the others were like, well, that's nice, we'll develop that further. And they quietly died where they should have. Ginny Baxter, thank you. Jim Ostak, what honor it is to be inducted the same year you are. And it's just extraordinary. You saw that little note when I was student body president and left office, but in the fall of '84, I was president of Thane, the Men's Honor Society. That's where I got to know Jim. He was my faculty advisor, and just what a gentleman. Congratulations, Jim. And to Lois Schneider, for your warmth, your friendship. Look at Lois. She was there every day. I walked into a building at Long Beach City College as a student in the early '80s, and still to this day, as I walk on campus, always there with a warm hug and a smile. Thank you, Lois. You're a dear, true friend. I also must thank my family for their love and support, my wife Anna and sons Aaron and Noah, and you know I'm going to pay for that prom picture from Wilson, right? I'm going to pay big time for that. You're still the light of my life. And also family here, the Johnsons, Rebecca and Michael Johnson, my brother and sister-in-law, and the Seas family. Andy Seas is here to represent that family, my true brothers and sisters. My days at Long Beach City College were just what I needed when I needed it. Thank you, and this honor not only goes to me, but goes to everyone in this room who I consider a friend and a mentor and a colleague and just a fellow Long Beach person who cares for our community. People that travel, like Blake Christian, you travel from Utah to fly here and be here with me. It's just extraordinary. So I just want to say this. Thank you, God bless, and go Vikings.
For all you keeping score of the 5, 2 Pauley, 1 Milliken, 1 Wilson, and 1 Lakewood. The fact that I'm a Jordan graduate and there's no Jordan graduates.
We'll look into that next year.
Thank you. Brian, on behalf of our students, the Long Beach City College Board of Trustees, the administration, faculty, staff, associated student body, and the Long Beach City College Alumni Association, it gives me great pleasure as President of the Board of Trustees to induct you into the Long Beach City College Alumni Hall of Fame. Congratulations.
Once again, congratulations to each inductee. Your accomplishments are so impressive, and we are proud to call you a Viking. I encourage each of you to personally congratulate our inductees. We appreciate your attendance this evening and encourage all of you to remain active with the college. Thank you again, and we hope to see you next year. Good night.